What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Redfin Corporation with the ticker symbol RDFN. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So let's take a look at what happened to Redfin since last time I looked at it. So last time I looked at it was sometime right around on May 23rd. So May 23rd is when I did the video. Price was trading right around, the 620s, and it traded a little bit lower. I was expecting price to hold at this level. It did continue lower, which is fine. There's a little bit more support right over here. So you see the support can be drawn right over here, but also a little bit lower because price bounced here, here, and here. And it looks like we just did it again. So it could be drawn a little bit lower or adjusted. So that fits good as well. And also it makes sense because price came back down to fill in this empty space on the chart, or this gap. So a lot of times these gaps can be filled once price moves in that direction. So this gap was filled, and then price bounced off of prior support levels. So we saw a nice rally off of that. Now, is this going to lead to higher prices? Well, we're already seeing a rejection today, or a drop. So that's not a good sign. So maybe we are stuck inside of a sideways trading range. So I can go and erase that trend line and just put a range pattern. So there's some resistance right about here, some support a little bit lower where we bounced off. So we could just be inside of a trading range with these failed breakouts on the top and bottom. So overall, it's not trading in any particular direction. We do have these micro trends going on, dating back, to April, late April. So there was a micro uptrend in play right here from the lows to the highs, and then a micro downtrend. Now we're seeing a micro uptrend. So we'll see if this can break out of that level at the low sevens. If it does, where can price go? Well, I'm still expecting that long-term measure move target to be reached at the $12 level to the upside. However, if it doesn't break out, then the long-term measure move target to the downside will become in play. So why can you have two targets going on at the same time? Well, you can have that when the market is not clear in the direction it wants to go, like we're seeing right now. It's just trading sideways. It's not really sure which way it wants to go. For example, if you were just to cover up the right side of the chart, you would think we have a clear direction of where price wants to go, which is up, right? However, price, when it corrected lower, it could not maintain support, and it took back most of that movement higher, which is not a good sign. But it's not the end of the world. But then price bounced, and it looks like it's moving up higher. So we'll see if this will lead to the breakout of the low sevens. As right now, it is a higher low, so we can go and draw a trend line. We'll see if that holds. And we do have this micro trend line in play, which might be broken very shortly. So I wouldn't put too much stock into that one. But either way, the bigger picture is just indecision, sideways trading. Whenever you have two targets in play, you can have indecision. So the bulls are attempting to reach the $12 level, and the bears are attempting to reach the $2.47 level. So the keyword is attempt. Whoever tries to move the price in that direction several times and fails, most likely it will do the opposite. So right now we saw one large impulse higher in the past, a correction. This was the first attempt to reach the measuring target that failed. A correction. This is the second attempt, and it looks like it's failing as of right now. It's just one candle today. It's not a big deal. But again, like I said before, if we see multiple attempts to go higher and it can't, then good chance that the bears will drop that price towards their target, because all this is one large leg right here. Price corrected. This is the first attempt, and we didn't even see the second attempt yet from the bears. We saw the second attempt by the bulls, but we didn't even see it from the bears yet. So this could lead to a break of this upper trend line, probably a retest of the lows of the 540, and maybe even a breakdown lower. So we'll see what happens. But as right now, the picture overall is indecision. These are my two targets, and my invalidation level for the bulls would be this upward trend line right here. And then for bears, as long as they stay below this downward trend line right here, looks like we're just starting off with just one candle. But if we see the price pick up the pace, then it can come into play, this downward trend line right here. We have a lot of trend lines, but I'm going to go and erase the ones that aren't really into play any longer. This one right here, this one right here, and then this one right here. So let's focus on this trend line right here and this downward trend line that looks to be starting. And then the measure move targets are also very important. We can go ahead and remove the arrows just to clear up the chart, and this is what to focus on. You can see that we have this sideways trading range. We have a large move up, a large move down. Price came back in this sideways trading range. So if anything happens, maybe we just trade sideways, inside this trading range until price finally breaks out. But overall, price is still bullish. I'm not saying just because we're seeing a red candle it's the end of the world. It is still bullish because we made a higher low just recently, and we can continue this momentum higher. Just one red candle is not a big deal, but it is early to see that, which is not a good sign. But it's not the end of the world. So we'll see what happens. A lot of indecision, and those are my two targets. And my invalidation levels are, again, like I said before, this upward trend line for the bulls, and probably right around the high fives. And then for the bears, if price can push through that low 715, 720, I think there's a high probability we're just going to continue to see price rally out of here. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. And here's the weekly charts. Overall, I already went over this prior price action in my last video. And let's just focus on the newer price action. And what is it doing? Well, again, it's making lower highs but equal higher lows. So price is trying to break out eventually. So we're making higher lows but lower highs. And we just did break outside of this downward trend line. So looking at the picture like this, it looks kind of like a downtrend line break and a retest. So we had a downtrend line, a break of it, a retest for support, and we could see a rally out of here. So like I said before, it's leaning more towards the upside than the downside, but we need to see the bulls pick up the pace. So you can already see this week is not looking that strong, versus in this impulse right here, the week was looking pretty strong. You see most of the green bars are pretty large, versus this week is not looking that large. So whenever we see these impulses, you want to see strong green bars, like we did in this prior impulse right here, this impulse right here, and now this impulse we're getting right now is not that strong, or the push up higher. It could just be the start, it's not a big deal, but you would want to see price take off right away. So overall, slightly bullish imbalance going on, but it's still so there's a good amount of neutral bias as well in this market as of right now. So we'll see what happens, but that's all I have for RDFN on the daily and weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.